Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com, a beginner level project, and this is using Red Heart Super Saver. It's called the Freezer Pop Crochet Cozy, and basically you got your freezer pops. You don't want to have your hands too cold. You can make a cozy here in order to do it. Now there is slower tutorials available on how to hold the hook and all of that jazz on our channel. If you go into more information of this video, you will find the crochet workshop, and I will link it there if you're literally absolutely brand new and you want to go right from step number one. So this pattern here is going to show you the crochet versions. There's also knit versions on yarnspirations.com, but we're going to do the crochet ones here, and these are the set of instructions. So let's take a closer look at that instruction first. So when looking at the instructions, we're going to chain 14 to start, and we're going to be doing this in rows. So we're going to go back and forth, and you can do it as long or as little as you want to. So if you want longer, then just keep going. And at the end of this, what we're going to do is then fold it in half, and using a needle we're going to just sew the edges together. So we're going to be doing that at the end of this. So without further ado, let's get ourselves started. You'll need a 5.5 millimeter or a size I crochet hook in order to play, and some Red Heart Super Savers, great yarn to get started with as well. Let's begin. So leaving a little bit of a longer tail, and you'll use a tapestry needle in order to hide in your ends, we're going to create a slip knot. Remember, there are slower videos available. So to do the slip knot, just wrap around, and I will put a link in the more information of this video, and you can learn how to do a slip knot just by itself. So let's begin our slip knot. We're then going to chain 14. So this does not count as one. It usually never counts as one, just so you know, because when you go to use it and then pull the first loop, this one disappears. So we're just gonna say this is 1, 2, and we want to go all the way to 14. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So let's begin row 1. We're gonna go second chain from the hook. How do I know where that is? So this is the first chain, this is the second. See? It's the second. That says don't count that one. So 1 and 2. And turn it over and get the back hump of that chain only, and insert your hook, and you're doing a single crochet, yarning over, pulling it through, and then pull through 2, and I'll take you through all 14 of these. Actually there's only gonna be 13 now. So just going into the back hump only, pull through 2. And if you're new to crochet, you're probably gonna be really tight, and you're gonna say, oh my god, you need to slow down. Just remember that time to do this takes time. So and if you just keep practicing with your crochet, you will find that you will get looser and looser, and then eventually your body's tension will be in your project, and that's your personal tension pretty much for your life. So just continue to go all the way across, single crochet. Remember, crochet is a journey of creativity, and always lots to learn, and it's actually a lot of fun too. And I'm not just saying that. I actually literally love crochet. I like the creative element. So let's continue then, and you're gonna come right to the very last chain, and just put me on pause if you're not there yet, and just wait for me. And then we're gonna do rows number 2 through 11, and you might want to just write these down like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on a piece of paper, and then just check it off as you go, and that's what we're gonna do. So turn your work, and let's do the next row. So it states in here that you chain 1 at the end before turning. It doesn't matter as long as you chain at one point, and usually most of the chains are at the beginning of a row or round. So you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna come into the same stitch that it's coming out of, and you'll do that with single crochet, and you're just gonna continue to single crochet yourself across. And because this is a beginner level, I'm just gonna keep the camera moving. So just going in, yarn over, and then pull through 2. And this is row number 2 of 11. And then finally you'll come into your last stitch, which is next, and in, pull through 2. So that was row number 2. So turning your work, chain 1, and then just single crochet. So you're gonna go all the way to row number 11, and then meet me back here, and we will be doing all the fun stuff at that point. So let's continue, and you're gonna do now all the way now until row number 11. Sorry, I'm a little bit all words today. So just continue till you get row number 11 done. So off camera I just did up to 11, so I can count the rows. See how it's like indentated in? So there's 2 rows, 4, 6, 8, 10, and this is 11. It's not, it's, if I did the other one then I'll get the next ridge. So you can see that that's done. So row number 12, what we're going to do is just chain 1, and we're gonna single crochet ourselves all the way across. But what we want to do is leave a long tail so that we can whip stitch this together to form the tube shape of where the freezer pop is going to slide into. So I'm single crocheting across. Like that. So come right to the end. So before you release this, just give yourself a whack of yarn to play with, and you're gonna need a tapestry needle in order to move on to the next part. So just wrap the hook and pull through the final loop, and that will lock that stitch, so that should never fall out on you. So what I want you to do before you get started is that we need to go back to the original tail, and I want to use a tapestry needle. So what I'm showing to you is called a wool needle, and the wool needle has a large section on the back. Do you see it? So I can just slam it in, and then I'm just going to take this needle and just slide it into the stitch work underneath. Try not to make it pop out of the edge, and therefore you'll have it nicely done. So just want to pull in, and when I pull that I don't want to change the shape of that, so just make sure that it's tight but it's not changing anything, and then go back in the other direction, and then finally third time is a charm, and we're gonna just go back a third time, and you can safely cut that now right to the project. That should never fall out on you. We're then going to take the big tail that we had, and we want to put that into the tapestry needle, and we're gonna do what is called as a whip stitching. So if you're ever doing clothing in the future or anything like that, this is a great technique to know. So what we need to do is that because we started off with the same amount of stitch work, each stitch matches each other, so there's exactly the same count. So taking this yarn tail with the needle already intact, come to the other side. Okay, so just fold it in half, and then come through the first stitch like that, and what you're doing is you're whip stitching, so it pulls it nice and tight. So jump to the next stitch on both sides, and when the yarn comes in, make sure it goes over the project like that. Okay, and then you're just matching, so this is just matching stitch to stitch all the way across. So what you can do is just put me on pause and just make your way across, and I'll see you at the end of the row. So now just coming to the very last stitch on both sides, so they match each other because it's the same. And when I do my last one, right, what I want to do at this point here is that I want to make sure, actually I got one more stitch to go, so it leaves it nice and flat. There you go, see, nice and flat. So what I want to do is just kind of make a little tie, so just going into the project and putting this yarn tapestry needle through the loop, and that will lock onto itself. We're then going to do what I just showed you before with the weaving. So just come in the project, going in, and just pull it tight, don't change the shape, and then go back in the other direction a second time, and finally back in the other direction a third time. It's called, and that is a nice, it's called like an invisible join almost, and therefore you can safely cut that down into the project. And now you have a new freezer pop cozy. So the pop will just form inside, and when you're holding it, your hands will be not as cold as the freezer pop. That's it for now. This is a beginner project. This is by yarnspirations.com. Have a good one, and we hope to see you again really soon with all kinds of new ideas right here on YouTube. We'll see you. Bye bye.